either the black or the red wire attached to number 2 on the low source, our pump is continuing to run. It will shut down if we disconnect both wires.
That represents DC voltage between terminals 1 and 2 with the pump running and one float wire connected.
And read it off just in case it doesn't show up.
2.09895 right in there, DC volts. We've already put a megger on there. The megger checks out good between the wires to the dry well probe. One wire connected. The red wire, terminal number 1, is disconnected and the pump's continuing to pump water.
It should run just fine with it like that. And now it should turn off.
Sure takes his time about it, don't it? 10 seconds.
They said legal 10 seconds. And should turn off. Alright, we got a jumper between 1 and 2, and we are just testing the 2 wires going down the hole. The red and black one that goes to the float in the well. Could you see if the thing is showing up in the picture?
Yeah, up there you go, Bruce, right there.
Okay, and that's testing the red and black wire going down the hole.
000.
Alright, testing from the black wire that goes down the hole to the ground.
Very fractional.
And testing to the plate that mounts everything.
The back of the aluminum plate on the terminal slide strip. 5.5. 0.5. 0.5 in fractions.
Okay, instead of being on the black probe in the hole, I'm now on the red wire going down to the probe.
439, 439. Why in the heck would they differ? An hour to 4.
And removing my thing from the back plate, and I'm on the ground terminal.
0.032.
Anything else to show them?
I don't think so.
Alright, testing between 1 and 2.
1 and
0.
2 on the strip, 0,
Up just a
0.
little bit, Bruce. There you go, perfect.
Okay, and between the number 2 slot and the back, that can go to ground like we're supposed to. Anything?
All over the board, but less than a volt. From 0.2 to 0.6.
And from the number 1 slot to ground?
Same.
Same.
Okay.
We pulled the conduit. We're wired back into the terminal. We have the black wire number 2. We have the red wire disconnected. We have a pump running. It's been running for a minute now. It's got audio?
Yeah.
You notice I haven't cussed yet.
Yes, I have. Yeah, it is possible to teach old dogs new tricks. Alright, here I'll pan and show our state of our wires.
We have not shut down yet.
Oh.
Let's put the voltage across there, across 1 and 2, see what volts we're getting there.
Let's see, get up high enough we can show. Alright, going between
Over towards the controller just a little bit, Bruce. There you go.
jumper 1 and 2.
There's no volts going in. Now there is.
Now we got
2
2.5 volts, 2.6. Now nothing. 000.
I go from the number 2 slot to the back plate.
bounces around like it
Similar
always does.
readings before.
And the real ground.
Lower reading. Nope. Just jumped up.
And swapping from number 2 to number 1 to ground.
We sure got a trickle voltage in there.
And number 1 to back plate.
Back plate. It's bouncing around.
But 1 to 2, it's 0.
1 to 2 again.
That's why it's running.
Shouldn't there be a 5 there?
No, we got 2.4.
It should be a 0.
2.5. 1 to 2 with one of the 2 conductors hooked up.
Correct.
Number
we're
1
getting
is
2 volts coming
disconnected.
across there.
We're getting 2 volts across it, which keeps the signal, even though we have a wire out of the terminal strip.
And the wire megs out pretty good, and that's
Alright. Just for the camera's sake, I am removing the number 2, and it should disconnect here shortly. Number 2 is off. No wires are hooked. There you go.
Every Wednesday.
Alright.
Oh,
I've got a wire,
shit.
a
Not in
jumper
bingo crowd.
on the float switch.
No.
Float between number 1 and 2. I've got the drywall sensor hooked up to number 4 and number 5, which is normally the float switch. And I'm going to disconnect either one of those, and it will immediately say tank full.
That's the tank float switch.
Correct.
taped.
You're
There,
on, you're on
um,
free.
Ah, my screwdriver on the wrong hole. No? Yeah.
We're
can't
going
count.
from
Okay,
terminal
removing
1 or
wire
terminal
number
2.
4.
We went from
Tank.
terminal
Immediately go to full tank,
the
shut the
chassis
pump
and
down.
the controller.
Yep.
And there's
And I will
the
remove
voltage
the other one
bounces
in a
around
second.
pretty good.
That shows
It doesn't go always to
case
0.
it's the other one.
Like you would
That
think.
counts.
Make
So I'm
it
getting
work
some straight
before you
volts
take it
someplace,
loose.
I just don't know where.
I'm aware. Alright.
I hope you're not
Lights
in the way
on,
of the
pump is
camera.
on, tank is
No.
working wonderfully.
That was good.
Megged it.
Alright, I'm still in the wrong one. I'm removing wire number 5.
PVC. It's a polypipe.
Immediate shutdown.
But when we hook the same 2 wires up
No,
into
we've
the
not
float
replaced the pump.
switch, it keeps on running.
Pump's running good.
4 and
Pump's
5.
pumping good
4 and
power.
5. Okay.
That's
There's your
number
5 volts right there.
And which circuit? That was
1
the
and
That's the
2.
probe.
1 and 2. Okay.
And then 2 volts on the tank flow.
On again?
It's on again.
So that's. Are you hooked up to the right spot this time?
Mm-hmm. The first day Bruce and I were playing with it, it was working more often than not.
So when it turns red, it's off.
Yes.
Once again, we have the number 1 terminal is removed. The black wire going down to the float is hooked up. Sunshine came out. It was working 5 minutes ago when it was cloudy.
Well, it is intermittent, isn't it?
Finally went off.
There it went off.